I should introduce myself. I'm Paul Makin. I'm Product Director for the Mojaloop Foundation, and I'm really sorry I'm not able to be with you today, but personal circumstances mean it's just not possible, I'm afraid, and a great disappointment to me. Let me just share my screen, if you just all bear with me. And with that, my screen has disappeared. Oh, there I am. Yeah, sorry. Thank you. I lost myself on my own screens. Um, so we're now going to move on to essentially the product council sessions. This starts with the plenary. I want to give you some background first into the product council. So product council is our community focused link. This is where we try and get together as a forum to talk about how we translate the business requirements and the operational and the regulatory requirements, all of which we were hearing about yesterday, how we translate that into product requirements, which can be used to guide the efforts of the engineering teams. So we view ourselves as the interface between users and engineers, essentially. So we define the roadmap. We're the custodians of the Mojaloop roadmap, if you like, and we'll be talking about the roadmap tomorrow. And we use Product Council to identify and adopt work streams, try and encourage people to work on those work streams, to collaborate together across multiple teams. We review the work stream progress at weekly Product Council meetings, and we work with the engineering teams to integrate the outputs into Mojaloop, so it becomes part of a Mojaloop release. We have membership is open, and all members of the community are welcome to join. We have hub operators, other adopters. We have some of the accelerator participants that you've heard from this morning, the workstream leads, and obviously the engineering teams. And we work together to just try and meet the goals of the Mojaloop community. We do work closely with the design authority because we have to check that what we're doing within Product Council and within the work streams actually meets the needs and the standards that Mojaloop expects. And we work with the overall technical governing board to make sure that we're aligned overall with the technical objectives of Mojaloop. We meet weekly. We meet online. All members of the community are welcome to join. We publish the schedule on Community Central, the Mojaloop community website. The schedule that you'll find there isn't up to date. It was actually up to today. We'll be developing a new schedule in the next couple of weeks and publishing it on Community Central. And if you message me, I will add you to the mailing list so that you know when new schedule updates are published, and when meetings are scheduled, and all the information you need to join those meetings. So please, if you're interested in influencing the development of Mojaloop, if you're interested in contributing, then please come along to Product Council. We'd love to have you there. Moving on to the business of, oh yes, I should say, all of our work within Mojaloop is based around these three pillars. So we have work streams which focus on making it easier to adopt Mojaloop. So by that we mean the processes around deploying and operating, and just making it easy for people to use Mojaloop. We have the second pillar, achieving scale, which is all about work streams that work towards making a particular deployment successful, which might mean it's profitable, it might mean it meets social objectives, or whatever a particular deployment needs to achieve what it regards as success according to its own terms. Those work streams fit there. We have the connect to other systems pillar, which is about a recognition that Mojaloop does not exist in splendid isolation. We have to connect to other payment systems in the world, and there's work going on the very actively at the moment. And I think you've already heard some of that in the proof of concept updates today, because a lot of those proof of concepts have been about connecting to other systems. Underscoring all of that is the quality product. this is all about making sure that the modular loop core itself remains secure, reliable, and achieves the performance objectives that we expect of it. So today, for the rest of the day and some of tomorrow, we have very much a product-focused agenda. There is some logic to this. We have a set of plenaries first, and these plenaries I have arbitrarily defined as reviewing the progress of the work stream since the last community meeting. So this is a classic modular readout. This is the work stream saying, this is what we've done. This is how we think it contributes to the overall objectives of modular, and please recognize our efforts. Then tomorrow, once we've been through all of the plenaries, we will review the roadmap as it stands for modular loop and take a look at where we think that's going to take us over the next 3 months, a year, 2 years even. And we will also look at the new work streams for the next PI 24. And those work streams have been selected within Product Council. And that's another reason why we think you should come and join Product Council, because unless you come along, you don't get to influence what the work streams will be for the next PI. So we'll provide a brief oversight of those work streams and how they fit into the overall objectives. And then finally, we'll hand over to the engineering and technical teams for deep dives into those new work streams. So I hope that all makes sense for everyone. So the plenaries, these are the work streams that we've had operating over the last PI, and there's been a lot of progress here, and we're actually very proud to report on that progress. You've actually heard some of that progress already. The accelerator demos, for example, particularly have been contributing to these work streams. And that's not by chance. When we work with SIs, new SIs in particular, and try to bring them on board, we try to integrate them into our work streams so that what they're doing actually has immediate value. So this is the running order for the plenary readouts. The first one is foreign exchange. There's been a huge amount of work in foreign exchange over the last PI. We went into this PI with having a kind of FX solution, but it didn't really work for most people's business models. So we've completely revamped that, and we now have a set of FX solutions which work up to proof of concept level. They need some further work to get to operational level, but not much, frankly. There's a huge amount of work gone into it. Merchant payments, another one that's had a lot of work, and you've already heard seen some demos during the accelerator sessions on the work that's been done in this area. And it's important that we understand the complexities of that, because that work stream in particular, I don't think is by any means finished. We've got to version 1. With version 2, version 3 will be truly exciting. On premises, historically, modular loop has been cloud-based, and that's great. It works really well in the cloud, but there is a clear regulatory need to move on premises into a physical data center, and that work stream has been focused on that, and great strides have been made. There is more to be done, but we are now at the stage where, for example, Wired-In and R-Switch are able to demonstrate, for example, an on-premises deployment of modular loop, which doesn't rely on the cloud. PISP, this is a very technical one. The payment people in the room will know what PISP is. It's essentially fintech initiation of payments. We have it working in version 1, but that embodied certain business models that we don't feel are optimal. So there's been a lot of work, a lot of selfless work, in particular by Paul Baker of Infotex on generalizing PISP, and he's now ready to release PISP 2.0, which fully empowers the fintech integration with modular loop. The next one, G2P, identity-based routing. this is an important work stream for our, which emphasizes our place in the DPI community. So how Mojaloop is at the heart of any payment related item of anything to do with digital public goods or digital public infrastructure. And in particular, social payments, G2P, this is our route into securing our place there. Settlement is a long-running work stream. It's an important infrastructural element where we have essentially recognized that our highly efficient but single focus approach to settlement is perhaps not what's needed in every particular circumstance. So this work stream has been about generalizing that and being able to run multiple settlement models in parallel, for example, as a very simple element of it. So it'd be interesting to, I think, see what the work that's been done there. Tomorrow, we'll be looking at the Mojaloop core, the work that's been done there, and the work for example, performance improvements and new Mojaloop releases. ISO 222 is a work stream all about standardizing or developing a standard for ISO 222 messaging for instant payment systems. There are a lot of IPSs out there which offer ISO 222 compliance, but they're all very specific, vendor-specific 222 compliance, where they define their own schema. We have been working with the ISO 222 community to develop a standardized schema for IPS within 222. International payments addressing is an important work stream as well. It's all about how, if I send a message from a payment from one country to another, how do I actually address it? If it's not using an international mobile phone number, for example, how do I resolve aliases across borders? And how do I deal with the fact that aliases may be duplicated across borders? Next is vNext. We have been for a long time working on the vNow code base, as we call it, our existing code base. In parallel for the last 2-3 years, we've been looking at optimizations and developing the vNext code base, and work proceeds on that. We've just reached beta status for the vNext code base. Future Mojaloop releases, it is likely will be based on the vNext code base, but it will be working in parallel with the vNow code base, and they are drop-in replacements. So there may be advantages in operating one or the other, but to an operator, there will only ever be one Mojaloop.